Got the good glasses? Okay. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. We have a special, very special guest today on the show, one of the world experts in artificial intelligence and his boss. So without further ado, let's bring on one of my very favorite people in the world and very favorite technical experts because he makes things simple. Here we have Dilbert. Pay no attention to the man behind the screen. So Dilbert's working away at his computer, and in comes his boss. Dilbert, I keep getting into debates with the AI you built, and it refuses to admit I'm right. It keeps sending me links to articles on the wrong topic and claiming it owned me. Please don't take sides. Please don't ask me to take sides. You need to back me on this. And what's so great about Scott Adams and Dilbert is, we attribute intelligence to Dilbert. And really, it's Scott Adams, right? Scott Adams is just writing the stuff, and Dilbert's saying it, and the boss is saying it. So we have this little microcosm of what AI is. AI is a software package that does what you tell it. People who bought this book also bought. Doesn't say you'll like it. Doesn't say they liked it. People who bought this one bought this other one. That's brilliant in its simplicity, right? And I'm sure they've now spent millions and millions trying to improve on that, but it worked. The original one worked. And if you didn't have anything, I would go with their original one, which I've described how they did it. So anyway, thank you, Scott Adams, for illustrating so brilliantly AI. In fact, he's got another one up here. Yes, I'll show it. Okay, Dilbert.com. Go to Dilbert.com for your daily fix of Dilbert. Are you worried that the AI you created will take over the world? No, I modeled it after human intelligence, so it won't be smart enough. Whoa, I will buy lottery tickets and use my winnings to take over the world. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that is so great. Okay, now, on another note, I run across these things. It's big news in the ad community because that the Fiji water girl photobombed the Golden Globe Awards. And here she is. Nice-looking girl. She's a model, but, I don't think she's really upstaging much of anybody. And apparently Jamie Lee Curtis literally moved off away from her, but then someone caught her from the side and still got the Fiji water girl in the background. And there's plenty. Apparently, Fiji got 1 billion image views because of the Fiji water girl. Nice dress, nice color, pops really well. She's not always looking. She's not supposed to be looking, but she's just supposed to be in the background. But every now and then she is looking, and they did have a photographer there. But they've been doing this since 2012, and so I think, way to go, Fiji Water. There were several of them. It wasn't just her. They have a whole team of them. See, and it's great. And apparently it just went completely ballistically viral because everybody said, "Hey, look at that girl in the background. She's in the background all over the place." And here she is, more in another commercial. So she's a regular. And then they dropped her into all sorts of other zombie apocalypses and other things and news shows, and it just went crazy. Way to go, Fiji! I say, and and the star of Jamie Lee Curtis, like you just want to be in the news. Get over it, right? Okay, so now let's get on to the main topic for today. Is speed dating a viable marketing strategy? Imagine you have a friend who has had no luck at dating, and instead of looking into the reasons why and changing their behavior, they tell you they're going to start speed dating. 20 dates a night. Surely they'll have some luck, but the same behavior 20 times faster means 20 times the same results. it doesn't really exactly. I mean, if you think about it, one of the reasons that direct mail got invented was because the sales force would only make 20 calls a month. And so we figured, okay, if we could mail out 20,000 pieces, maybe we get some orders, right? And it does. And with worse behavior, the catalog didn't talk to you at all, didn't bring you cookies, nothing, not like a salesperson might. So the logic right off the bat is a little, good things can happen if you get smarter. Plus, if you go back to some of the articles I've done and videos I've done on the Trump campaign, they were able to do hundreds of thousands of ad variations. They did hundreds of thousands of ad variations with different geodemographics, and they sold merchandise, which no one had ever really tried to do politically, I think, and they were able to really figure out where they were making headway and which themes were making headway. So there is something to just speeding it up. And I have to admit, I've never actually done speed dating, but I did have a dating ministry in college, and I did learn some tricks, and there were some things you could do to improve the results. Definitely was, and one of them was to ask more people out. So there's something to be said for increasing frequency, right? Now, but Kevin's point is well taken, in my opinion. Okay? If if all you do is talk all the time and don't listen, interrupt, it's not going to matter if you do it faster, because it will still be ineffective. Unless you find some nice quiet girl who wants to listen to your crazy. And it might be 1 in 100, might be 1 in 1,000, might be 1 in 1,000,000. But, the faster you go, the faster you find her. Now, from there, Kevin makes a really big pivot into customer experience. Now, I've always said that, here's the key to success. Sell good stuff, ship it. Fair price. You can talk about customer experience all you want, but if Lyft were 3 times more than the yellow cab or took twice as long, there's a certain quality that comes with having many more vehicles and seeing what vehicles are in the neighborhood and all the rest of the stuff. I remember back when Amazon got started. I remember when I first ordered from Amazon. Now, for those of you who didn't live before the internet, I can tell you that, and let me switch over here in case someone's trying to say hi to me. Here I am. Hi again. Oh, once I click on that, doesn't seem like I can share. I'm learning. Oh, there it is. Say something. Okay, so I'm on Periscope. Generally, I'm on Periscope, and if you hit the hearts and stuff, I do see it. Okay, but when I was on, when you wanted to buy a book, and oftentimes my book choices were a little bit different than the bestsellers, you'd go to the bookstore and you'd say, "Can I get, Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle or something?" They wouldn't have it on stock usually, and they'd say, "Oh, well, we can get it for you." They'd click in, and they had an access to all the books, and they could get it and come back in a week. And what Amazon actually did was just take that system and convince it that they were a bookstore in Seattle, and then show it to everybody in the rest of the world. And little did they know, right? They probably would not have let them in if they would have known they weren't really a bookstore. They were really a website, but no one knew what a website was. But I remember ordering the first time, and I got an email saying your order had been taken, an email saying the payment received, an email saying the book had shipped, an email saying expect the book such and such, all kinds of things. And it really was better. It was better than going to the bookstore, coming back, making a second trip. So I'm not opposed to the customer experience, but, keep it simple. Deliver what you promise. Deliver good stuff. Charge good stuff. And maybe you'll get a real date. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the